What is going on, loyal followers? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in my shop today working on the Packard. This close, so close. Unfortunately, I ran into a small issue that I'm gonna have to order parts for. I can't find anything locally, but I've been spending a few hours on this thing in the past couple days, and my goal was to have it running before January 1st. Unfortunately, now that's not gonna happen. Like I said, this close, and I scoured around the house for parts. I've got the two other cars outside that I'll show you guys, but here's what I did basically, is I bought a little universal key and I mounted it here to the radiator support and ran the only 3 wires I need to really make this thing run. So it's weird, the positive cable goes to the block, the negative cable goes to the starter solenoid, and then I have a wire to trip the starter solenoid, a wire that goes to the coil, and a wire that goes to the negative side of the battery. And that's all I need to make this thing run. The reason I wanted a key is in case something happened, I could turn it off real quick. So yesterday I put the wires on it, changed the oil real quick, and it takes 7 quarts. So you can see my 7-quart drain bucket is full. And what I did also, just for peace of mind, is down here on the side of the block, turn this light on. On the side of the block, this is where the factory oil pressure sending unit goes, and it's just a switch, so it tells you if it doesn't have oil pressure. So I wanted to know if it had oil pressure, so I put a little -4 line up to this odometer gauge that came out of the Buick a little while ago. And I'll show you guys here in a second that it does have oil pressure. So changed the oil, new oil filter, which is here, filled it up, and started turning it over. So I will go ahead and do that for you guys right now so you can see what this thing sounds like turning over. It's pretty hilarious. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that I set this car up to run on a 6-volt system. And like I've said in videos past, I wanted to know if it was going to run before I went ahead and put a whole new harness in the car. So I don't know a lot about 6-volt, and it's positive ground too, which confuses me. But the fact that I only have to hook up these 3 wires to make it happen is, you know, kind of saving me from a bunch of headache. So I had to go buy a new 6-volt battery. The only thing that I don't know and I haven't researched yet is if I kill the battery, how do I charge it? So I got to look that up. Luckily though, the golf cart over here, the golf cart has 8-volt batteries in it, and there's a bunch of them. So this battery new had 8 volts. So if I need to, I can grab a battery off the golf cart, run some jumper cables, and that'll be like having 2 6-volt batteries basically. So let me go ahead and crank this thing over for you guys so you can see what it sounds like. So as you can see, it doesn't turn over very fast, but it turns over, which is awesome, and it builds oil pressure, which is awesome. And you know, I really wanted to hear this thing run this weekend. It's okay that I'm not going to. I am a little bummed, but at least I know so far mechanically it's okay. And the starter works, and the distributor turns. I don't know if the fuel pump works yet. I haven't turned it over long enough to get fuel up to the carburetor, so what I was doing was pouring a little bit of gas in the carburetor to see if it would start. When it didn't, I started diagnosing things, and it turns out I have no spark. And I don't think the points and condenser in the distributor are working. I know nothing about that stuff. I'm a coil unplug kind of guy. So, but the coil has voltage on both sides of it all the time while cranking. So I believe how this is supposed to work is when the points open, it is supposed to kill one side of the coil, and then the coil discharges, sending voltage out to your spark plugs. I have nothing going to my spark plugs, nothing coming out of the coil, and no switch on the coil, it seems. So the parts to rebuild the distributor are about 80 bucks, and I think a new distributor or rebuilt distributor from a professional company, Max Merit Parts, is like 120 bucks, and I just have to send them a core. So I figured out what kind of distributor's on it. It's an Autolite. Most of them had AC Delco. So like you guys that follow me know, I've got 2 parts cars outside, and they both have AC Delco distributors on them. So kind of a bummer there because I can't steal parts off of them. So this one is a 2-barrel car with all AC Delco parts. And then the 4-door here was a 4-barrel car, but also AC Delco parts. So no luck there, but the fact that I can turn this thing over and it does half of what it's supposed to do is awesome, and I'm excited, and I cannot wait to hear this thing run. So I have to call Max Merit because they want a number off the distributor, but the tag's missing off this one. So hopefully they can send me something that's going to work. I won't have to send this one in to have it rebuilt, because that would take a lot longer. Excitement level's pretty high. And like I say in every video, check me out on Instagram, because I post more often about what I'm doing out here. It's hard for me to get a video out, you know, every step of the way. So I'm just trying to keep you guys up to date when I finish a few steps. Moving forward, excited. Once this thing does fire up and runs on its own, I'm going to start doing the other systems. I'll get the brakes working, make sure the transmission works, and then I'll move the ignition switch inside, just so that I can move the car in and out of the shop under its own power, which is going to be huge, huge, huge. And once that's done, I'll probably start metal work. I got to replace a floor pan and a rocker, and that's pretty much all I'm going to do. And then I can start bagging this thing. So fortunately, I have freed up some money, so we are going to go full steam on this thing, as long as I can keep my temper and everything keeps rolling like it's supposed to. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the Packard. I hope you're as excited to watch this video series as I am to work on the car, and I'm just going to keep rolling on it. So you guys know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Be sure you give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe and click the bell so you get notifications when I drop a new video. And there is still high PSI TV merchandise in the description below. Be sure you check that out. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.